people, let's talk about it. Errol Spence is the number one, the best welterweight on the planet right now. In 2019, he is the best welterweight in the world. Real shit or bullshit? You will know my answer by the end of this video. Now, another thing I'm going to say is, Errol Spence got a lot of haters. And the reason he has a lot of haters is because of his support system. Now, you know me, I'm not no Errol Spence ass kisser or none of that bullshit. And I'm always going to call out Errol Spence bullshit. It's facts over fiction in my book. And when it comes down to Errol Spence's resume, his resume does not tell you that he's the best welterweight in the welterweight division. You guys know I edit shit. But let me tell you this. Why do y'all hate on Errol Spence so much? You got Floyd Mayweather, who they say, I don't like Floyd because he's a loudmouth. You know, he's cocky and he's a boring fighter. But then you got Errol Spence, who is the complete opposite, and y'all still hate him. Why do you hate Errol Spence? He's the complete opposite of a fucking Floyd Mayweather. He's a nice guy. He's a gentleman. He holds interviews with everybody, regardless of what race or color. And he's excited inside the ring. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? It's clear why you guys hate on some of these fighters, you guys. And it's so clear and apparent, I'm not going to even talk about it. Because that's not what I'm here to discuss in this video. We're just going to get down to the nitty gritty. Is Errol Spence the best welterweight in the division right now? So, if he's not the best welterweight, then who is? You got Manny Pacquiao. That's a huge argument. Because you can argue that Keith Thurman was the best welterweight and Pacquiao just beat him. Okay? So, he's a huge candidate in this argument. Who else we got out there? We got Shawn Porter. It's like Shawn Porter, every time he step up and takes a big fight, he loses. Okay? Other than Devin Alexander, he loses all his big fights, people. Who else? Terrence Crawford. He hasn't been in the welterweight division long enough, and his biggest win being over Amir Khan is not good enough for me. Terrence Crawford has not beat a top 5 welterweight yet. Okay? He hasn't. So, Terrence Crawford has the potential to be number 1, but he's not number 1 right now. I know a lot of y'all want to place him number 1 because you don't want Errol Spence to be number 1, but you know me. This is facts over fiction. I'm not going to be biased. I will always go in on Errol Spence and let you guys know that I do not feel like his resume shows that he's number 1. But let me tell y'all this. Is it real shit or bullshit? In my opinion, man, listen here, people. If he goes in this fight and he stops Shawn Porter, it will be no doubt that he's the best welterweight in the division. And let's just say you got Manny Pacquiao, because I can see if somebody had Manny Pacquiao being number 1. He still got 1 title compared to Shawn Porter's 2 titles. And Manny Pacquiao can retire at any time, people. We all know Manny Pacquiao got about 2 fights left in him. Errol Spence got about 15, 20 left in him. So, you just can't sit here and say Manny Pacquiao is just taking that spot, because when we're talking about a new era, we're talking about Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Danny Garcia. I fuck with all those guys, but they all have losses to on their resume to other welterweights, people. Now the answer to this question to me is yes and no. Is he the best welterweight right now? The reason I would say no is because he has to beat Shawn Porter first. I'm not sleeping on Shawn Porter by no means, because if Errol Spence loses to Shawn Porter, then it's not even a question of is he the best Does he have the best resume? Or is he the best welterweight, I should say. That's a better way to say it. It will be no question if he loses to Shawn Porter. But the flip side to that, if he goes in this fight and he stops Shawn Porter, that's going to make him the best welterweight. People. Especially if he stops Shawn Porter. You guys have to really think about it. Shawn Porter is arguably undefeated. Remember, I said arguably. I thought Kell Brook could he beat Shawn Porter. But it is people out there, including some judges, official judges, that has Shawn Porter beating Kell Brook. He was at home. He was a champion. It was a close fight. Some people felt like Shawn Porter deserved to win that fight. A few people thought that. But let's keep going though. Shawn Porter, we all know a lot of people thought Shawn Porter beat Keith Thurman. Don't even give me that bullshit. A lot of people thought he beat that bozo Keith Thurman. So don't even give me that bullshit. Okay? So if you go in this fight and you got Shawn Porter, don't get it twisted. Out of all the controversial wins Shawn Porter has, he has controversial losses as well. Ugas, Danny Garcia, we all know. But for Shawn Porter to fight all these top welterweights and arguably haven't lost one is big to me. And Shawn Porter, if he comes in this fight and gets stopped by Errol Spence in dramatic fashion, that make Errol Spence #1 in my book completely. He has 2 belts, y'all. Think about it, 2 belts. The way he beat Mikey Garcia was even better than stopping him, because he beat Mikey at his own game, and he beat arguably the best boxer in the division, because Danny Garcia is still welterweight until he goes back down or whatever. He's still welterweight. They're talking about Mikey versus Manny. And he beat arguably the best boxer in the welterweight division. Some people think Mikey can box better than fucking Thurman and Porter and Garcia and Pacquiao. So if that's the case, you beat him at his own game. You showed that you're the better boxer than the better boxer, if you know what I mean. So if Errol Spence comes in this fight and he completely destroys Shawn Porter, he is #1 welterweight. It is no discussion, because Shawn Porter is giving any welterweight problem, even fucking Pacquiao. I can see Shawn Porter beating Pacquiao. Okay. So if Shawn Porter gets stopped by Errol Spence is the #1 welterweight. I don't want to hear none of you bozos putting no more salt on Errol Spence's name or none of that. Give credit when credit is due. Errol Spence is talking about coming in this fight and stopping Shawn Porter. So if he does that, he's the #1 fucking welterweight. Okay? I'm gone.